Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the fifth episode of The Road to 180, which is my journey from going from 240 pounds down to as close to 180 pounds as possible. So as per every one of these episodes, I'm going to be posting a quick recap of the rules right on the screen here just to refresh anybody who's been following the journey since its inception, or for any new people coming in. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So I'm back from vacation, and honestly, while it was a lot of fun, I will admit I was a little bit surprised to actually post some weight loss on it. But of course, I'll share the update for you today. So as I'm recording this video on a Sunday morning, my weigh-in total for today is 227 pounds. So that is a 1 pound loss from last week. All things considered, I think it's pretty good. I mean, again, it's not that 1.5 to 2 pound decrease that we were hoping for, but there are a variety of factors within that. Mainly, I think the big one this week is, of course, a lack of sleep. And this is something that I've struggled with, throughout my life. I'm not a very, very good sleeper. And I think maybe, living it up a little bit too much on vacation might have something to do with that. But all things considered, we're still on the right track. We've still got the momentum going, and we're still losing the weight. We're not going in the other direction. So even if it's by a pound or if it's by a couple pounds, we'll take it nonetheless. Of course, I will be posting my progress picture on the screen in comparison to the original, and you guys are probably sick of hearing me say this, but there may not be that much apparent difference right now, and that's because, again, we still haven't reached the sort of the business end of the cut, where those essentially, once we get to around like 200 pounds, that's when we're really going to start noticing a difference. But it's on the screen. It was on the screen regardless for you guys to look at. What did I eat this week? So in order to combat any sort of, because of the changes in diet when I was on vacation, what I decided to do was just to really dial in and actually kind of cut my calories a little bit lower than 2,000. So I would eat anywhere between I would say like 16 to 1,800 for about 3 or 4 days, and that's just so then that way I can get rid of any excess water that I'm holding, because with travel and everything, I mean, you don't have access to the best type of food. A lot of stuff high in sodium. You're not sleeping very well, so you might be holding a little bit more water. So for me, I just decided to really dial it in and essentially just eat like meat, honey, and like a couple of saltine crackers here and there, but essentially, I'm not sure if I want to continue going down that way, just because although it wasn't necessarily that bad, I am wondering if it's going to be feasible long term in order to let's say eat 1,700 calories for the next couple months. I don't think it will be. I think we're going to be eating closer to 2,000 for the next little bit, just because, again, we're trying to lose as fast as possible, but I also don't want to burn myself out and get diet fatigue, because again, if that ends up happening, it's easier for me to just say, okay, screw it, I'm going to stop at 200 pounds, then reverse the diet, and then I'll have to do it again, which is something that I want to avoid. So we're going to take the slow and steady approach, and I'll be gradually, which I have been as well, I'll be gradually upping my calories back up to around 2,000 a day. So I might be eating anywhere between 1,850 to 2,000 depending on the day. Update on my workouts. So, as I mentioned in my last episode, I visited the physiotherapist, I should say, before I went on vacation. Gave me the okay to head back into the gym. So, and while the gym facilities were pretty terrible at my hotel, no real free weights, but I was walking around a whole lot. This week, I'm happy to confirm that I have been back into the gym. So I will post the numbers on the screen right here. You're only going to see one cycle of it. And again, as you probably remember from my previous video, I am deloading by about 10% on each exercise, just because, again, I don't want to re-aggravate my arm. I don't want to, and of course I took a week off. And if any of you have been working out for any period of time, you will know that if you've taken any sort of extended time off, you can't just hop. It's very rare that you can hop right back into it. So I'm doing a quick deload, of about 10% on every single exercise, or, well, I shouldn't say every single exercise. On my squat, on my I deloaded before I left on vacation, so I'll keep it at that for my chest exercises. And also for the one place that I am seeing some improvement is actually my lateral dumbbell rows. You'll actually see, not lateral dumbbell rows, just dumbbell rows in general. You'll notice that they're no longer on the screen right there. That's because, again, I was impatient and I didn't want to, and someone else was using the 100-pound dumbbells. Didn't want to do it. So or wait around like an idiot. So I decided to do barbell rows instead, which make you feel like an absolute badass. So this week, I will essentially crank out. I'm going to try to max out on the dumbbell rows, and then if that is successful, I will continue doing barbell rows as a continuation, because obviously I don't want to just be doing 3 sets of 10 reps with a 100-pound dumbbell till kingdom come, because that's just going to get boring. And I do still want to try to progress as much as possible, even though I'm not eating as much. This is all for me sort of about maintaining as much muscle as possible. If I can put a little bit on, that's going to be great. But ultimately for me, the whole purpose of this, I guess, is going to sort of bleed into the general thoughts on the journey, and wrap up the video. But yeah, I guess the reason why I still am trying to progress in my workouts is, again, bleeds into the purpose of why I'm doing this. If I just don't go to the gym and I'm not trying to, I at least maintain what muscle I have, then sure, the cut may go a little bit faster, but I'm not going, and this may seem incredibly vapid, but I don't care. I'm just not going to look as good. And the whole purpose of me doing this is to get, as quote unquote shredded as possible, because I've never actually been there. I've never actually seen that. I've never seen a six-pack or whatever. Now I've sort of got I'm getting more vascular, which is something that, again, throughout my life I've never had. And yeah, they're pleasant changes to the body, so it's nice to see. Although what is concerning me right now, which I really do have to get a good handle on, is my sleep. And I will say, I think I've been sleeping about an hour, not about an hour, and about an average of 4 hours a night over this past week, and that's something that I really am gonna have to dial in on. For me, that's the most difficult thing for me. It's eating is not hard, going to the gym is not hard. It's not hard for me to stay on track with those things. For me, it's my sleep. And I just don't. I'm almost envious of the people who can just sleep at the drop of a hat, or who can take naps, or just whatever else. I don't know what it is. Like I said, maybe I'm some sort of deranged lunatic who's just always on. I do try to limit my screen time, but at the same time, I have a job which requires me to be on a computer for 8 hours a day. Making videos, I have to edit on a computer, so that'll take me a couple of hours. And then, of course, I'll be on my phone even if I'm at the gym, right? And I'm trying to record my workouts or pick music to listen to. I'm on my screen there, so it does add up, and I try to mitigate it as much as possible. However, it can be a little bit difficult. Anyway, but that said, we're on the right track. We've got the wind in our sails. We'll keep it going. The sleepless nights will not bother us. Essentially, yeah. We're gonna keep dialing in. We're gonna keep gangstering that shit, and we're gonna keep on trucking, I guess. it's still been a good week regardless, and it's going to be even better considering that I don't have any vacations coming up fairly soon, which is fantastic. So I can really dial in over the next couple months, and hopefully we can get really close to 200. That's sort of the next milestone. Can't wait to get there. If you found this interesting, entertaining, or anything else, feel free to drop a like on the video and a comment down below to share your thoughts. Thank you all for the support so far, and I will see you all with an update next week. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.